Welcome to this week's Spinfoil Theory. We're about to take a dive into another mystery from the lore of Destiny the game. Specifically, we'll be giving high-level scrutiny to popular, emerging, and outlying theories than judging them. If you have any questions or theories of your own, write to us at spinfoiltheory@gmail.com or visit us over at spinfoiltheory.com. And now, let's put on our spinfoil hats and get a little crazy. Here comes this week's show. And we're recording. We've done it. Welcome to the Spinfoil Theory Podcast, everyone. This is your host, Taylor-B, along with LadyLucida. How are you doing, Lucy?
Doing pretty good, as always. It's cold and snowy here in Ohio because it's winter. So much snow. Apparently we're going to get, like, another big snowstorm this week, and we had one last week and the week before. So I'm just like, slowly the house is getting buried in snow. And I'm just like, oh no. So much snow. So much snow.
Yeah, that's impressive. Is it more snow than you had ever really seen before coming from the West Coast?
Yeah. Just a little bit. Like, I don't know. There's not really this much snow. It's really cold. I have to wear my Deep Stone Crypt jacket whenever I go outside because it's so cold.
At least you're getting use out of it. I haven't
True.
used mine yet.
True. Just come to Ohio. It's snow.
It's totally
So much snow.
And with us this week, we have a very special guest. We have Rindel Zivas of the Destiny Lore Audiophile fame and of Guardians of Lore. He's a host over there. How are you doing, Rindel?
I'm doing just fine. Actually, pretty well on my end. Hope you guys are doing well, though it certainly seems like Lucy over there has got that, shall we say, a light dusting to deal with.
Only a little bit. I've only had to shovel the driveway a couple times.
You know, just a
Salt.
bit. Just a bit, you know.
Salt everywhere. It's more salty than the Crucible.
Ooh.
Sorry.
New maps inbound.
I had to make that joke. I had to. I'm sorry. I played Trials last night trying to farm strange coins, and oh god, it was not a fun time.
See, that was your first mistake.
Yeah, well, I was
deciding to go into Trials.
Well, like that's the thing. Like my friends and I, we all have gotten our flawlesses, gilded flawlesses. You know, whatever. We're good at PvP. But
Right.
We took a
yeah.
long break.
She says
from touching...
humbly.
Shut up. I would say I'm average at PvP. My other two guys who I do it with, they're much better than I am, and I am very grateful that they helped me get my flawless seal, because that was the last seal I needed, and now I have them all, and I'm like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. But humble brag right there. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, we were doing Trials, and I think it's because the pool, like, there's nothing really to do in Destiny right now. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little dry. So the pool for Trials and more competitive game modes are a little dry because other people are just, playing other games right now because we're all just twiddling our thumbs waiting for that exorcism mission.
Yeah, everyone just overplaying Halo Infinite and having fun over on that end of things.
Yeah, I've played that a little bit. I've played that a bit. I got what I wanted from the cyber whatever thing. I got what I wanted from that. I've been slowly working my way through the ranks and the challenges and stuff, but I think most of what I've been doing now is the prep for day one raid in Witch Queen. I'm very excited for that. Because you heard it here first. We found a kind of cheeky. I wouldn't say cheeky, but I've seen other YouTubers already say this, so it's not like this is brand new information. Save your Star Horse paracausal boxes. Save them. Hoard them. They can go in your vault. And they will help you because one of my friends, he made an alt account, or he has an alt account, and he went through dares and got the chest, a bunch of the paracausal boxes, and opened them, and they helped. Because he started at, the lowest you could be, 1,100, that helped a bunch. So everyone's like, oh. So you're saying we're gonna grab these, a bunch of these, pop them when Witch Queen starts, and walk into the campaign at 1,500. Okay. We're getting like 100 boxes.
I mean, if that's the way it has to be.
We're getting like 100
If that's
boxes.
the way it works, like...
I mean, that's how it works. It gives you armor, and if you're below the soft cap, it will help, like, a lot. Like, I'm talking, like, plus 10. Like, a lot. So we're thinking if that's the same way... I mean, it doesn't hurt. At most, you're just going to get more keys, which then you can use to open.
And certainly because we know that Star Horse is going to be hanging around for a while longer. I mean, more keys certainly is not a bad thing.
Yeah, of course. It's not a bad thing. But what I think is funny is all of my friends for the raid, we all have the rock ship or are getting the rock ship, and we're all going to go into the Witch Queen raid running that ship, and we're each going to be one of the Infinity Stones.
I like it.
I'm the purple one.
Please don't snap me.
I know, we won't. I'm the purple one. My girlfriend, she's the red one. My friend Eric is the blue one. My friend Kevin is the yellow one. I think Slashy or Dakota, I think he's going to be the orange one. And then I think Dave, he's going to be the green one. I just have to tell them to get the hurry up and get it, because I mean, we got time, but
I was gonna say, can I just be like the VR trooper to your Power Ranger squad?
The VR trooper.
You don't have to be on the team.
That's great.
I'll be like tangentially in the same universe. Be like, oh yeah, that guy.
You're like, oh, it's those guys. But yeah, like I'm really excited because I think this is the most, I would say, prepped we've been, because a lot of times, like with Beyond Light, for example, we had a team. And then one of the guys literally left during the first encounter, said something came up. He never actually ever explained what happened. He was just like, I gotta go, bye.
We never heard from that guy again.
No, I did. He's like, I can't do this, bye. And then gone. And we're just like, what?
See, he had to go and get some cigarettes, and, we all know how that turned out, so...
Some milk, just store stuff.
Dad left to go get milk, and he never came back. But yeah.
He never returned to the Deep Stone Crypt.
Yeah, it just was kind of like, I think, because we have a good team, we have good synergy, I think it's the same team that we did Master Vogue with, I think. Yeah. So it's like, they know how end game content, so everyone's very excited. I'm very excited. So yes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm throwing my hat in the ring for second runs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just when you guys know this stuff, get that jacket action.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. We'll definitely probably. I mean, the thing with us is we're obviously not gunning for worlds first. We're not that level. We're not that good. I mean, we're okay. But we just want to at least say we tried or we attempted, just so we at least have an idea and can say, oh hey, we tried. Because trying's all you can do. I mean, I've never beaten a raid day one, but I hope I will at some point. Because, I mean, the emblem's cool and all, but, I'm mainly in it for the jacket.
Yeah.
Gotta get that jacket.
Jacket. And that's just for first week, yeah?
That's just the first, until reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, until reset.
Well, you have, a week, basically. You have, a week.
Mm-hmm. So I figure, I'm not going to try for World's First, because I know in my case it'll just wind up being World's Worst, let's be honest.
Oh my god.
So I'll just wait until contest is off, and then probably see about getting a team together to at least go for the jacket,
Yeah, and me with my conspiracy theories, I'm it depends on how good the Witch Queen jacket is. If it looks really nice, I might be like, damn. That looks good. The Deep Stone jacket, at first I was like, I don't really need it. Then I was like, oh wait, I'm in Ohio. I don't really have a good winter jacket. I need that. Okay.
Besides that, the Deep Stone jacket is just a look,
It really is. It looks really good. I like it. But we all know that a reprised raid is coming back from Destiny 1. They said it. We know. I'm leaning it's King's Fall. I'm saying it's King's Fall. 100%.
If I were a betting man, my bet would be King's Fall as well. Absolutely.
Yeah. I have like a conspiracy board that I have connected all of the dots.
She actually has a conspiracy board.
I'm not
it's
even
impressive.
joking. It's not even done yet. I haven't gone through all of the like assets, but just going through like the trailers and everything. So like I'll give a TLDR version. TLDR, it's King's Fall because I said so. No, I joke, but but no, because like so in like the trailer,
just one thread.
No.
Wait, hold on. Is this Lucida being confirmed as an Ahamkara then because she's just willing this into existence?
Maybe
I wish.
No,
I
the
wish
raid takes place in her throne world.
Exactly, because I'm a
I
high
wish
god.
it to be King's Fall, therefore it shall be so.
Exactly, that's totally.
And I
how
mean,
this
hey,
works.
that's actually double Ahamkara action since, Rindel of 1,000 Voices with you here on the podcast.
Exactly. There we go.
Wait, so it's not just a clever name?
Yes, I love it.
Maybe it is.
That's
Maybe
great.
it isn't. Oh, listeners mine.
Man,
That's
you guys just got a nice little like he just took like a little pinch out of the voice acting magic.
There we go.
Right here.
Just a pinch. Gotta make it a little spicy.
I'm just imagining that pinch coming out of Salt Bay now. Just
Jeez. But
a
yeah,
little sprinkle.
because like in the trailers and like in the Witch Queen reveal trailer, they showed like a map of Mars and there was pictures of the Dreadnought. I mean, I know a lot of it is comparing Savathun to Oryx. I know that. However, there was a map of Mars, D1 Mars, in the trailer. And guess what? We're going to Mars. Huh, what do you know? In a second trailer, there was a map of the Dreadnought. Curious. And also in the reveal, Justin Truman, who was, I think, one of the general managers at Bungie, he was wearing a King's Fall Taken King t-shirt. Curious. Then a bunch of other devs have left little Easter eggs, hints. Also, they re-engined, or like redid the cutscenes at the end of the Recticide mission. For whatever reason. Like, they've, like, redone them, and they look a lot nicer now. And I'm like, but why? Why would they do that?
Just redone, like, the cutscenes from Regicide, yeah, just...
Yeah. They look so good, though. I'm hoping that if that's not an indication for King's Fall, my hope is that, you know how they have that timeline thing in the corner? My hope is that they expand upon that timeline and add, like, cutscenes and... Because, like, if you're a new light who's coming into Destiny, you don't know who the heck Oryx is or Crota. You don't know any of that. You're just thrown in, and you're like, I don't know what's happening. Who's Cade? Like, I don't know what's happening. So, like, I hope that the timeline things gets expanded upon, because I think it's good. It does give, like, a little explanation of what people missed, but I wish it had, like, cutscenes, like the important stuff.
Yeah, give those big moments a little more gravitas than just kind of reading a line or two about it.
Yeah.
And the person died.
I mean, you could do that as a shortened version. If you wanted to, like, really delve into it, you'd have to have, like, a series or something to cover all the ground, like, if you really wanted a good representation of the lore, but...
Definitely. But I think, like, just, like, I don't know. I feel like Bungie is aware. I think Bungie is aware that I would say, I guess, the New Light experience, it sucks. I mean, I wouldn't say it sucks. That's a little harsh. But Warframe has a very similar problem, where if you don't have someone with you who knows what the hell they're doing, it's really hard. Like, you're gonna get lost. You're gonna probably quit. Because
I could see that.
I mean, like, I've like taken my friends through Warframe, and if they didn't have, like, me as someone who, like, oh, I know how weapons work, I know how mods work, I know what Warframes are good, and this, that, and whatever. Same thing with Destiny. Like, you would get lost. It's just like, it's so much information, and how both Bungie and Digital Extremes, how they handle that isn't very good, I don't think. I mean, there's always room for improvement. And I hope that we get, like, I wouldn't say necessarily a revamp to the new light, but, like, some extra padding for it to make it a little bit better, because I think it's okay, but I just wish it gave a little bit more for the new lights, because they don't know what mods are. They don't know anything.
They're just little kindergartens.
They are. They don't even
just
know.
learn about subclasses and
Because like they
grenades.
Like that's what kind of worries me about the whole swap to the stasis aspect fragments thingamathings. While yes, that's good for us, the veterans, because we've used stasis, we know how that works. If you take a new light person and throw all that stuff, they're gonna be like, deer in headlights. That's my worry. I just worry about.
Yeah,
I think it's a good point. I mean, even back in D1, the way that you would have to progress and level up each of the subclass bubbles, all the way, like that could be daunting. Like I remember, you'd run into people who only had one subclass leveled up.
That was me. That was me on my Titan. I only had bubble. I still only have bubble on my D1 Titan. Well, that's because I deleted my Titan 5 times because I hate how my Titan looked. So I was like, ooh, I don't want to be a Woken. I want to be a human. No, I don't want to be a human. I want to be something else. I don't like how that looks. So that was me. I deleted my Titan, and every time I'd be like, oh god, I have to level up my subclasses again. Oh god, you know what? I only ever use bubble. I'm just gonna level up bubble. And that's what I did. I don't have Fist of Panic. I don't have hammers. If I go back in D1 right now, it's still all only bubble.
Dig it. Yeah, I was that guy who had 3 hunters in D1.
Seriously? Oh man, that's funny.
Well, it was so I could level up and I had better chances at endgame loot.
Ah, I see.
To not be forever
29. Yeah, I remember that.
So that's why I did that. And then what I did with the third slot was I made a warlock first so I could platinum the game, and then I deleted them and I made a titan.
That's funny.
So yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Oh man. Guys, before we get too far away from it,
I'm sorry. I was getting.
No. You're fine. This is what we in the radio business call that's good radio.
Good, natural, flowing conversation. Yes, this is fantastic radio that we have going on here, I think.
Mm-hmm. This guy gets it. But our guest has brought a very topical, considering all the things coming to us, theory for us this week. So Rindel, why don't you give us a little rundown on your theory? What brings you here today?
All right. So essentially, again, very topically with everything coming up for Witch Queen, and especially with our little, as Lucy pointed out earlier, the exorcism mission that is yet to be unfolded. There is a couple little details that I couldn't help but notice the other day as I kind of went down the rabbit hole a little bit. Now, one thing that we have known going into this, of course, we do have the return in the loot pool of the spoiler warning sidearm, which, if for those unfamiliar, the flavor text on that reads, "Someone is going to die." Now, the last time we had that was just before Forsaken released, and naturally, someone did die. Someone at Bungie, and I forget who exactly at the moment, did confirm that the return of spoiler warning was not an accident.
Yeah, it was the narrative team in an interview, I think with one of I think it was Polygon or someone. I knew it was an interview because I read it, and I was like, oh.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so confirmed that was the case. So naturally, everyone has been going around thinking, oh, who is going to die? And a lot of people have come to the idea that may have been Osiris. My theory is a little bit different, just because of all the different ways that things have come together. My thought process is the one who is going to die is Savathun.
I like it.
Let me explain this.
I like it.
So, let's wind back the clock a bit. Let's go all the way back to the Forsaken time. So, everything is set up with Cade's death. We go after Uldren. We find that he has been controlled by Riven, and in so doing, are charged with dispatching of Riven ourselves. Going through everything within the Dreaming City, and it winds up in that 3-week cycle that has been going on for the last couple of years. Now, far as that is concerned, that seems to have been set up in such a way that, of course, that was Riven's whole thing at the end of the raid. I can't wait to show you what she wished for. Now, as that's been building, that's just been cycling over and over again for these last 3 weeks. Why is that? So, let's not forget exactly how things work with the Ascendant Hive. We know that they use a tithing system when it comes to the power that they are fed through death. That is something that we've known for quite some time. This is how Oryx operated, again, going back to Zivas and Savathun, naturally. So you could almost think of the fact that we have this infinitely running cyclic loop where a bunch of things and a bunch of people are dying over and over and over again. Think of that, in a sense, as a sort of paracausal battery that is just building up more and more and more of this hive tithing energy, and has been doing so for the last couple of years. The next point, let's think about where Savathun is right now. She's hanging out
on ice?
In the Dreaming City on ice. Yes. No, of course. So, she's hanging out in the Dreaming City, and I don't think that that is an accident in the slightest. She is, after all, the Queen of Lies. She is the Hive God of Trickery, a master of manipulation. So, essentially, here's my thought. Her wish to Riven was twofold. One, to create that state in the Dreaming City, get all of that going. And then, the second she dies, that energy transfers. What if this is what kicks off everything with Hive Lightbearers? I'm remiss to call them Guardians, because I don't really consider them as such, but Hive Lightbearers, let's go ahead and go with that. And this is what is going to lead into the Witch Queen. There's a lot of different aspects to this that kind of make this really interesting. The manipulation and showing Crow his past as Uldren. The fact that Mara is very much of the mindset that once her worm is exercised, she wants to kill her. And that much is very obvious. I can see that all coming together, and just all of this is just part of the plan. And we're just playing right into it.
I like it. It's funny you noted the 3-week cycle. Lucy, if I recall correctly, isn't it going to end like right before Witch Queen? That'll be the 3rd week, so like the last week in the cycle too.
So basically, this week that we're in right now, the 25th to the 1st, that is a max curse week. I know that because I have it on my phone every time it's a max curse week, because I do Shattered Throne every week because I'm crazy. But
I'm just imagining your like personal calendar on your phone as you just have like every week just blocked off with like which week it is.
Well, no, I have it on the Tuesday that it's when Shattered Throne. I just basically say Shattered Throne, and it's basically from when it came out to now, to forever. But yes, this week right now is a 1 curse week. I guess this week right now. Next reset the 1st of February, which is also the Lunar New Year. Cough, cough, astral, a cosmic alignment, .. quote unquote. If the exorcism doesn't come out this Tuesday, then I guess it's coming out the 8th, because I don't think it's coming out the week before. That's too close. That wouldn't give people enough time to do it, in my opinion. Because, like, what if you're out of town that week? That's not fair.
That's true.
That's why I'm saying it's probably going to be this week. But if it's not this week, then it's next week. But yes, the next Max Curse week is the week right before Witch Queen. The 15th to the 22nd. Interesting.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Yes.
And the other thing I really like about I kind of have a little bit of trouble calling them Hive Guardians too, unless like
they're light bearers.
You know, Savathun. Well, I always wonder if Savathun's gonna pull like. And hear me out, guys. For any theologians out there, like Old Testament, like Talmud, like the devil, not even like Lucifer, but like the devil. And it's like, oh, you're doing all this like bad shit to me, and then it turns out he's doing all that shit because he was the one who was actually on your side the whole time in his bet with God.
That's true. So you think...
It's like, I knew you had it in you. Wink. And if like it turns out at the end, like, no, we're actually going to help you like defend the last city. I'm like, okay, well then you can be guardians.
Yeah,
otherwise,
that's the thing. Because guardians, risen or light bearers. Because I think guardians is the wrong term, because guardians means they're defenders of the last city.
Right.
I think Bungie's just doing that because of a marketing thing, because like they don't want to confuse people, because like not everyone knows that light bearers and risen and guardians are all
they're not all equivalent.
Yeah. So they might say like light bearers or risen. A person who's not like as into the lore as we are, they might be like, but they're just basically guardians. Why don't they just call them guardians? Wee.
Maybe they're guardianing something else.
I mean,
you don't own that word.
They're guarding Savathun's throne world.
If you think about it, if you literally...
That's her last city.
I was getting to that. I was going to say that.
Oh, sorry.
You stole my thunder. But no, what I was saying
please.
is, like, if you think about it, the Hive Guardians have basically their last city, quote unquote, which is Savathun's tournament. You've seen, like, the walls of that thing? The bucket? I guess the bowl. I call it a bowl. How it looks kind of like a big bowl. Those really big, tall walls.
Or like a crater, maybe?
Maybe. But like that. And they have someone who is telling them what to do that is very much like a speaker. Savathun. Aren't they not just the same as us? We're literally walking into their It'd be like if... I guess it's just like we're the same as them. They have their last city. It's like the Red War. We're basically the Red War coming to the Hive because we're gonna...
This just makes me think of that one Star Trek with, we're not so different, you and I. Perhaps in another life we could have been friends. And then he dies.
I'm just thinking of the meme of where it's Green Goblin pointing at Spider-Man. He's like, we're the same. From, I think it's Spider-Man 3. I don't fucking know. I just know the meme. And
Green Goblin would have been the first one.
Oh, first one. See, I don't even know. Yeah. Right, he dies. Right. I'm dumb. I'm dumb, okay? I haven't seen those movies.
Lucy is just sitting there going, listen, I may not be smart.
Pretty much.
This isn't a Spider-Man lore show, okay?
Okay, yeah, like, I don't know Spider-Man. I just know the memes. But yes, it's just basically that meme is what I'm thinking right now.
I can take it.
Man.
So it's the same as Star Platinum.
God damn it! Not again! No, I'm leaving. Adios. It's the same.
Deal.
Star Platinum.
And that's the great show, guys. We're not going to beat that. And thanks, everyone. We'll see you next.
Pretty much. But yeah, but no, because like I think that's that imagery and everything that they're using to show Savathun. So I think that's purposeful. Not like I'm like out of game. Like the devs did that on purpose. Yeah. Not like Savathun did that on purpose.
The symbolism.
Symbolism.
Yes. And I agree with all of that. And the other thing I want to say, what I like about your theory, Rindel, is that death is the hard barrier to entry to be a Risen,
Yep.
to be a Guardian, to be anyone who's got a ghost.
Right.
You got to die.
Well, I mean, with the exception of someone like Shin Malphur, but there's even little
No.
bits that
Shin
kind of
Malphur
are
died.
like,
Shin Malphur died.
Yeah, Tianchi was his ghost. He was the dead baby.
He was the
yeah, that was what I was about to get to. See, look at
sorry.
that. Taylor stealing my thunder again.
Shit, I can edit this out though. It's okay. We can please
No,
have
no,
your
it's
thunder. I'm so sorry.
it's a good bit. It's a good bit. Like,
Sorry.
God, Taylor maining the ARC subclass this week. Jeez.
stealing everybody's thunder. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as our general understanding of guardianship and what it means to be a guardian, though, yes, death is the hard barrier to entry.
Yeah, so what I'm liking about this is it's not a red herring. It's just something like Savathun would say. It's technically the truth. Someone's going to die. And I feel like, you know, myself very much included, a lot of us are spinning our wheels trying to be like, oh, who is it? Well, who could it be? Kind of like Who Shot Mr. Burns? And then like they're in like literally every scene of the show and you're not even paying attention.
Right. Just because, because the whole thing was just me going down the rabbit hole one day and just realizing, like, yeah, so the whole Savathun's entire MO throughout the whole of the time that she's been referenced, or we've at least, you know, known of her within the Destiny mythos, is that she is the queen of lies. She is a master manipulator. It is not that much of a stretch to think that all of this, even from the beginning, back to Cade's death at, you know, the hands of Uldren being controlled by Riven, all that as proxy, that all of this has been just a very long game setup leading to this moment.
The one thing I always kind of imagine about Savathun is like, what if depending on the little like subcategories of how strict you want to be with what lies and secrets really like mean. Sometimes you'll have it be you'll have the rules kind of interpreted like, oh, like she has to be actively doing it, like telling you something that's not true.
Right. So basically, like, what constitutes a lie?
Yeah, and then you'll have like looser interpretations of it where it's like, nah, like withholding would count too if she just knows something and doesn't tell you.
Half the truth is often a great lie.
So I always wonder if she when she's back in her throne world, like, you know, away from prying eyes, she's just sitting there like not actually doing like I don't know, like playing solitaire. Just kind of like not actually doing like any machinations. She just has like the best PR team. Like she's the most she's like the best presence in everything that people just like naturally blame her, and she's like not even doing it.
Guys, get up to some adjacent realm hijinks. I have the campaign in Halo Infinite to finish, so
I like it. Yeah, exactly. Like, just kind of like, ooh, like, I wonder what she's cooking up in there. And she's like, you know, I just made some banana bread. It's not even evil banana bread. It's just banana bread.
Evil banana bread.
Like, that would be the height for me, is if you get all the way through the campaign and you like finally break into her throne world and she's just back there with like all kinds of calendars and like magazines and stuff trying to look cool. Like, do you know how hard it is? This is so busy.
Oh man,
that would be my everyone would hate it and hate me for suggesting it. That would make me chuckle if she got all the way back there.
Oh God.
So, Riddle, when you consider the wish cycle and storing up that paracausal energy, like turning the dreaming city into kind of this like big battery, and it goes into channeling and like, you know, allowing for the creation of the ghost. I wonder, for you, is the ghost like sort of like at that point an Ahamkar like hive facsimile, because they do look different than the ghost that came from the Traveler.
Right. Now, let's not forget, too, because there's other details that kind of really kind of pique my interest thinking about this. We know that when Savathun was posing as Osiris, we'll just go ahead and I like to just say, that when she was Osirathun, at that point in time, she had several bits where she was directly interacting with Spider, and specifically where she was like parsing through dead ghosts. So it makes me wonder, because the whole idea of paracausality, if we really want to get into the meta of the core of Destiny when you're talking about just how everything works, what really kind of makes us as Guardians very interesting entities is that idea of paracausality. It's the idea that we can basically take reality and shape our own destiny. Roll credits.
And that's why they call it that.
Yes. So, assuming that the tithing that happens with the hive is basically just that same kind of paracausal energy, and I could kind of go on a little bit of a loop with that, linking into, their ascended throne worlds, and how basically the throne world for one of the ascended hive is really just subject to their own whims, everything of that nature. It makes me wonder if that energy really boils down to, again, that just kind of paracausal energy. And if so, is that going to be what's used to basically take a dead ghost, several dead ghosts, and just twisting them to Savathun's design?
I like it.
I could see
it's
that.
It's kind of like
maybe.
Well, Lucy, I want to pitch this to you, because what that kind of reminds me of is the number of times the Hive have seemingly, and I think at the time a lot of us, myself, I gotta call myself out too in this, a lot of people may have thought it was like out of character, but like this wouldn't be the first time Hive have gone after paracausal technology. I mean, they've gone after Golden Age stuff before, right? Am I recalling that correct?
The Hive?
I
mean, they've gone after Rasputin, but...
Yeah, I mean, they went after Rasputin when you're talking about the Warmind campaign, but going after, like, Golden Age tech, that's more of an Elixir MO.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Because where I'm going with this, guys, is if it kind of almost sounds like, based on what you were saying, Rindel, that what she's doing is like paracausally like reverse engineering a ghost, because it almost looks like it's made out of that like chitin stuff.
Yeah, like I said, like sort of reverse engineering a ghost, reviving a dead ghost to her own design, however you want to take that kind of a thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing. What if the ghosts have the worms now?
Ooh. Yeah, but then how does the tithing system work? Or is that just a case where they're sort of infinitely feeding the worms through the light, like doing some kind of weird conversion there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have seen the Hive eat the light before, so they could do that. They could have just a little tiny hive worm inside the ghost, and they just eat the light that way, and then they stay alive. Boom, bang, done.
Oh, Lucy, I'm just imagining the little. I can't remember the artist's name, but if you listeners, if you Google the Lost Boy BOI, like baby hive worm, the one going around where it's like all cute looking up and it's like clearly lost. I'm just imagining that guy like inside the little chitin eye, just feeding on the light. Munch, munch, munch.
Nom nom.
Hungry little
nom,
hiverpillar.
I love the hive. I love hive worms. They're so cute. I think they're so cute. I want to...
Or if
they didn't consume everything.
They didn't consume everything. Or if I may bring a good friend of mine in for just a second. The thing you need to understand with hive worms, they roast up nice and easy. Yum,
No,
yum, 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 yum,
Drifter,
yum, yum.
no!
I'm just...
I had to do the yum yum yums for Orchid, so Drifter, let's be honest, he is just that weird uncle that everyone seemed to have that, like, snuck you, like, Jim Beam and cigarettes when you were, like, 14 years old, and gave you some, like, really sage life advice that was, like, wildly inappropriate for your age, and then he just does, you know, donuts in your front lawn in his Camaro and takes off.
It's so specific. That starter pack is so specific.
You know, he's the guy who shows up, he just brings you, like, a bottle of Jack Daniels, a pack of Marlboros, and just goes, just remember, if you're with a lady, remember to wrap it before you tap it, and he just drives off.
He sounds like Ricky Bobby's dad.
I'm 14, Uncle Drifter.
Shows up to Christmas late, brings you half a Nintendo. Some scotch. Just there you go.
No. It's a whole Nintendo, but it's one that's, like, it's being held together with, like, duct tape. Like, one of the buttons is missing.
I would like that, or, like, it could be perfectly fine, but, like, you have none of the cords, so you can't actually use it.
Yep.
Like, no controllers. You just have, I got you this Nintendo. Like, oh, thanks. I mean, it is a Nintendo. Like, oh, man. But yeah, I would, that would be, because, I mean, it would, that sounds like a loophole to the whole, worm contract, really.
Yeah.
If they're not actually, like, it's changing what it is, that would be something. Because then even if you die, it doesn't consume you, it can just bring you back. Which
exactly.
It's so interesting to me, though, because, you know, speaking of Nokris, you have necromancy existing within the realms of at least what we know as, like, hive magic right now. And maybe they'll evolve into, like, a darkness or, like, something a little beyond just them using this type of stuff. But that doesn't. It's so interesting to me that they can separate their soul from their body. They can, at least for a Ascendant hive. I get why it wouldn't maybe work for, like, all of the hive, but they can separate their soul. Their soul can help them come back, you know, in that crystal. If the body was resurrected, why couldn't the hive soul just go into that, like the Ascendant hive soul?
It's possible.
Oh man, I want Nokris to be like the hive Tanix now. We just never find out where his soul is, and he keeps coming back.
Nokris has no house.
No. Wait. That's gonna be the final boss for Lightfall or Final Shape or whatever.
Nokris owes allegiance to no Ascendant hive. Yes.
What were you saying, Lizzie?
That's great. But yeah, no, it's gonna be Tanix and Nokris just duking it out in the pyramid ship or something. And then the darkness comes and makes them, like, I don't know, evil.
Oh,
Can we get Valis to Ark in there somehow, too?
No, it's going to be... No, what it's going to be, they're going to revive Valis to Ark, and then it's going to be just Nokris, Tanix, and Valis to Ark. Just, like,
as
a
the
buddy
final
cop,
three
like...
bosses. Yes, oh my god.
I would watch that road trip movie. None of them actually say anything. There's just constantly rockets going off. And then everyone who dies gets brought up in their army. It's a perfectly cyclical thing. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's hand it off here, though. Lucy, what are some of your thoughts? Just, on the theory and all that stuff as our resident hive expert.
I'm thinking, I mean, it really depends on, I guess. I liked the idea of the little hive worm being inside the ghost. I think that's kind of funny.
Like a little Pokemon?
Like a little Pokemon. It's a little cute little Pokemon. Just hiding in
They could use the Pokeball shell then.
Exactly, just use a little Pokeball shell. I don't know, I'm really curious to see, like, how... Because, like, I feel like we have all of these pieces. I've said this many times. We have all these different pieces. We have, Savathun posing as Osiris. Or Osiris-Athun?
Osirathun, yeah.
Osirathun. Getting the dead ghosts from Crow. We have Savathun knowing how to do necromancy. We have Savathun stealing the light from the last city, which was the real reason why the Endless Night was happening. Like, all of these puzzle pieces we have, but we just don't know how they all go together. And I feel like we might get...
that and even, like, getting to the further point, pissing off Mara enough that the first thing that she's going to want to do as soon as Savathun's worm is exorcised is, just completely end her.
Oh yeah, but as us with future knowledge, or hindsight, or out of universe, we know because they gotta tease the next DLC somehow.
Yup.
So like we know that this whole plan that Mara has, it doesn't work, or does it? Or does it work? And Savathun dies, and then that's the last little box you have to fill. Bravery, devotion, sacrifice, death.
I really think that I think Mara's slipping this season. I think meeting Crow and it not being Aldrin, I think that's messing with her.
Yeah, no,
more than she thought it would.
I definitely think so, because she likes having all of her ducks in a row, so to speak, and like she has her plans, and she's like, everything has to go according to plan. And then if one of their ducks starts, not doing what it's supposed to do, or another duck comes in and just kind of wrecks everything. Yeah, I think definitely this season we have started to see the cracks under the mask that Mara wears to the outside. Like, I think, yeah, basically. She's slipping. Kind of like the same thing how Savathun started slipping last season. She was getting desperate. Sloppy. Even the dev said that was on purpose, because her worm was eating her up so much that she was like, oh god, come on guys, we gotta get this ball rolling, come on, I don't want to die, we're on a time crunch, my worm, it's eating my insides.
Yeah, because that's the other thing, she is running out of time.
Yeah, that's why I think it was, all of this is like Savathun's plan. Like I said, she's playing some like 5-dimensional chess or something. And I've heard, I think, I'm not sure if this was a topic on an episode or not. Taylor, did we ever talk about the fact that maybe Mara and Savathun have been in cahoots the entire time?
I think we touched upon that.
I don't remember. We did. I knew that. I think that was an episode, but we dove more into a possible theory that Mara and Savathun have been working together. Not necessarily the whole time, but definitely since the end of Forsaken. Past the curse loop and everything. Because we still don't know who Mara was talking to that didn't exactly like Guardians. We still don't know who that was. So I'm like, hell, maybe it's Savathun. That'd be funny.
Well, what really... So, like, a couple things come to my mind with that. One is, if they've been in cahoots, even if Eris, regardless of which queen you think she was working for, she was working with Savathun.
Unfortunately.
She is going to be so pissed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I understand the devs, the narrative team, they explained why Eris didn't make an appearance this season. It's because they already had a very large cast of characters. We have Uldren, we have Mara, we have Petra, we have Osiris, we have Saint, we have Ikora. You know, that's already 6 people. That's a lot. That's a raid team right there. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I also kind of have Mithrax a little bit, and Glint a little bit, as more supporting-esque characters. But like, if you have too many characters, then the quality, you don't get very good. I won't say good quality, you can do it, but it's hard to juggle all of those pieces.
It's hard for people to keep up.
I mean, like, I understand that Eris, personally, in my opinion, Eris should have made a bigger something. Or at least give us, like, a lore that explains what's going on with her. Because, like, if she knew about any of this, you bet she would be walking right into the Mara's chambers and been like, excuse me, what? You have Savathun right here, and you're not just pulling the trigger? What is wrong with, like, I bet we're gonna get an earful of Eris.
I can call that immediately. Because, yeah, if Eris were involved in this, she would have some opinions about this situation.
I mean, I think it could either go to is, one, she would be very mad, but she also trusts Mara. She's like, Mara has a plan. Not like Petra level trust. Petra's like utterly devoted to Mara, like 200%. But I mean, like, Eris trusts Mara because Mara sees her as a person, not like, oh, you were tainted by the hive, oh, you're, a bad person. No, Mara sees her as a person. And that's cool. That's good. Mm-hmm. But I feel like she could, like, because the problem is we know what's going to happen. We know whatever Mara's plan is, it's not going to work. But in universe, everyone's like, this makes sense, Rip the worm out. Once the worm's gone, shoot her in the face. That makes sense, like, logically. But they don't know what we know. So it's kind of hard to, like, balance that. But I think Eris, if she had shown, I think she would probably be mad. If not, I guess, maybe understanding. Because as we've seen in, like, the regarding Stasis lore book, I think one of the letters was to Savathun and Eris. I keep getting Mara and Eris mixed up. I don't know why. Brain not working today. Eris is just like, Savathun, we're coming for you. I've got these bullets in this gun with your name on it. We're gonna kill you. So I feel like she would go along with Mara's plan because, it makes sense, Right now, Savathun literally can't do anything. She can't attack us. She's literally frozen. Her worm can't eat her. Her sister can't kill her. She's literally just stuck in this little crystal. She's fine. I wouldn't say fine, but, she can't do anything to attack us. And so, just rip the worm out, punch her, and, like, snap her neck or whatever, kill her. And there you go. Savathun's dead. But I think also Eris would probably be like, this is Savathun. This is Savathun we're talking about. We gotta have, like, backup plans upon backup plans upon backup plans upon backup plans.
Hear me out, my queen. She's frozen. Just let me throw my rock at it.
Exactly. Just throw a rock at it. Just shatter dive it. There you go. I mean, it looks like stasis, right?
Get a hunter on top of her. Just, actually get a hunter up there. Have them put on their stompies. Jump on top of Savathun and just shatter dive. That'll do the trick.
Oh, there we go. I mean, Eris is technically a hunter.
Sitting there, like, nervously Fushigiing her rock. Just like, I could just throw it. It'll go right through. She's frozen. She won't dodge.
That's funny. But no, I mean, as we've seen with the little trailers that they've been pumping out every week, the little teasers where they have, like, a character, I think Eris is definitely gonna play a role, as we've seen. But I'm very curious to see her remarks about the whole Mara's plan, if she talks about it. She better.
Ooh,
I
she's
just
gonna
want
have words.
I just like Eris. Eris is probably one of my favorite characters. Savathun is really cool too. Mara used to be my favorite character, but then we found out she's a manipulative, abusive, terrible person. So now I'm just like, you're cool, but Eris is better.
Yeah.
I like Eris. I don't want to open up that can of worms, but
Well, that's the whole thing about you mentioned Petra and her blind devotion to Mara. I was like, yeah, she's an Awoken.
all Awoken kind of
Doesn't have much choice.
Reefborn Awoken, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, was she born after they left the distributary, or?
I think so, yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Uh-huh. I wonder how that works. Because, like, obviously all the ones that she remade, they are how she made them again. You know, if you know what I mean. And then you have new life being created predicated on that. So, like, I mean, you know, actually that makes a lot more sense with a lot of the pageantry and all the stuff that they do. The Awoken presentation and airs and all that. Certainly more than even, I mean, I think maybe like the Emperor or Empress Kaedal, and her father, before in the game. I think they're like the only people who kind of equal that. Hers is much more like refined and regal, but it's like that like sense of self importance. If that makes sense, you can kind of like, you walk into a room, you know she's the queen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And yeah, I'm wondering if like that and just sort of like just being brought up, I guess, in that kind of culture kind of lends to New Awoken. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to think on that. Sorry, I didn't mean to get us sidetracked. He says
that's just the nature of this podcast, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Rindel, did you have any other points you wanted to cover with your theory?
There was one other rather poignant thing, and actually this is sort of what started me down the whole rabbit hole to begin with. Mm-hmm. Are Hive Lightbearers actually real? Which could be its own episode. But basically, the reason that I bring that up is simply because in all of the promo material that we've seen, we've seen bits and bobs with like Scorn showing up in Savathun's throne world as well. But the only places we've actually seen Hive Lightbearers so far have been within that throne world. And we know how that throne world is subject to the whims of whoever is controlling it, so it's entirely possible that Savathun just willed them into existence within that space. Watch as I say that, and the next teaser shows light-wielding Hive, like, in the Cosmodrome, or what have you.
Just chasing you down.
You're in the middle of the, you're just in the middle of the strike with Rasputin, and you just get Nova bombed out of nowhere.
Oofed. I'm scared because we've seen examples of, at least in my view, we've seen examples of that I'm aware of, rather, at least that I'm aware of. We've seen examples of like a Titan, and we've seen examples of a Warlock. I am scared to see Golden Gun Hive.
Well, yeah,
I don't know how it's gonna work, but that's gonna suck.
We're just gonna have to outdraw, like.
Oh god, I mean, remember we did have that last word mission where we had to like outdraw the Hive, but I'm pretty sure the Hunter or Acolyte light bearers use Blade Barrage. That's what they've shown in like the trailers and stuff. So we got shield, we got basic sentinel, we got I wouldn't say mean beam, but tickle fingers. We got Savathun running Nova Bomb, and also reflections / echoes. Like, did you guys not see the 3 Savathuns? That's horrifying.
Yup.
And then
Although there's a select group of people that are going, oh my god, this is amazing! For other reasons.
For Savathun?
Oh, no.
Savathun.
No, please. Please.
God, it's just a Lady
no.
D situation all over again.
Exactly. I'm just like,
Although, I was talking with Orchid when I realized that we technically have that for all of the Ascended Hive already. We have Savathun, we have Awowix,
oh god.
and
No.
and Zivu Awath.
God, no.
Does that make him Quota?
Stop. Please, no. My god.
Nalquist.
God. No, this is cursed. Now I'm just picturing them all.
Savathun,
I'm
the
picturing-
ravenous Twixtal.
I'm just picturing them all wearing like little
hunt some
cat
rabbits.
ears and the little like anime eyes, and they're going ooh ooh, and I'm just like, God, please.
I'm just doing the cat ear dance.
Exactly. They're just doing
Yup.
little. They're just all doing the cat ear dance. No, please.
No,
God.
see, that's going to be the ultimate telling as to whether or not they're actually guardians, quote unquote, on the Hive end. Is it do they do a blade barrage and then cat dance emote on your ghost?
That would be horrifying.
I was going to say, like, yeah, are we going to get to dance fight them?
Yeah, cool.
I really would love. It doesn't even have to be a minigame. Just like you have to dance emote to fight them here. Like, okay, get out my stuff. I would love that. It can be a side quest. Just please, Bungie, please.
This is how we reacquire a touch of malice.
You must dance fight these Hive in order to get the new Hunter Void subclass setting 3.0.
To finish the quest where you turn Savathun into a hand cannon, you must do this.
Defend your pride on them streets, please. Oh man, Bungie, we need. I think this is a more like reasonable request. If we could just get an emote where you're not dancing, but you're setting up the cardboard for like you're about to break dance. You're just like, oh, you just wait, laying it out, taping it. Just once this is done, you were so done.
Once it's done, you are gonna get it.
Yeah, you were gonna be served. This is not. It's on. Oh man. And it just like never actually like ends. It just goes off like you're like setting it up. It's an infinite loop of prep. I would use that exclusively as my dance. Like, just you wait. Oh yeah. And thank you if you're still listening. I am easily amused by my own antics. So I apologize. Yeah, I really wonder because it's been talked about before and it's been certainly theorized for I think some time longer, but like Mara's got a throne world too. Have we ever considered that like maybe she's gonna get some Hive stuff to go with it?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Mara takes out Savathun's worm. Is like, now I have 2 pets. Now I have an Ahamkara and a giant hive worm. Cool. I'm gonna complete my collection.
I just hope the worm gets a nice terrarium where it can like. Hope it's not trapped in like a little jar.
Oh no, she. Now I see what's going on. Mara's making her own menagerie, isn't she?
Yes, I could see that. I could see it.
I mean, in the dark future, she does take over Callus's throne, and it seems to fit her pretty well.
Yup.
I would not be surprised. Actually, that's a good point. You're basically like an infinite factory of Cabal, just like somewhere in space, and when people try to figure out where it is, like, oh.
It is.
Oh. And I'm wondering how that's going to play out. That's a good mention there too. All right.
We'll see with the seasonal content that drops in the next year.
Yeah, I feel like this backstory of like Callus's adventure have been a nice sort of it's a good little story, but also easy to forget is happening in the background. So I'm just always that'll be interesting. Okay. I think we're ready to move into scoring, you guys. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm down. If you guys are.
All right.
Lucy, would you like to go first?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I liked this there. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm gonna give it, let's see. Gonna give it 65, hive ghosts in favor.
Nice.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I like it.
It definitely, I mean, especially with the spoiler alert thing, I think that seems kind of obvious. Like, someone's gonna die. Why not it just be Bungie saying, oh, it's Savathun. Savathun's gonna die. She has to die to become a light bearer anyways. Like, I definitely think. I'm not sure about my only complaint with if the light bearers aren't real. I feel like that it falls in the same category as like, oh, it was all just a dream. None of it's real. Like, it falls into that same category, so to speak, and that lowers the stakes of it. Like, this is supposed to be, like, this is, like, probably the worst thing that's ever happened in Destiny. I wouldn't say, like, in universe, besides, like, the collapse, maybe. Like, this is pretty bad, our enemies having access to our powers. That's what Gaul was trying to do, and he failed. But Savathun, she got it right. So now our enemies can use the light just like we can. I mean, like, light guardians have, like, fought before, and, like, Crucible, and, like, even in the Dark Age, but it's never been, like, a different species having our power. That's where it's like, oh, okay, that's not good. Especially when it's, I would say, like, something as evil as the Hive. I think the Hive are pretty evil. They've genocided billions. So.
Yeah. They're a scary.
But I still think they're
lot.
cute, and I love them.
Just the worms.
No, I think the Hive are cool too. I mean, they're kind of scary and creepy and horrifying, and they want to rip your lead out and eat it for breakfast, and then torture you until you die. But
in a cute way.
Yeah, I mainly think the Hive worms are cute. They're cute, and I mainly like their I wouldn't say their culture, but the Hive runes. You know me and the Hive runes.
Their lore, yeah.
I love Hive runes.
I like it.
All right, Taylor, you next.
I'm going to give this one, I really enjoyed it too, and I think it's just on the nose in all the right ways, because even with what we do know, this becomes a plot point that it just fits that little puzzle piece, that technically sized puzzle piece that we don't have till the content actually drops and we see it happen. But yeah, so I give this one, I'll give it in favor, in the affirmative. I'm going to give it 272 little worms that I hope live inside the Hive ghosts. Just waving at you.
Just waving at you. Hi, hello.
Yeah. That's that one. That is my in the affirmative. Yeah. So Sir, if you would like, now that we've fully discussed the theory that you've brought to us, feel free to give it a score as your final thought on it, and the points don't matter. You can put it in whatever units you want. So scale is all you.
Okay, in which case, I think I will give it. Let's see. I think I will give it. God, thinking of like the exact unit that I want to use is actually a bit more difficult than I would have thought. I will give it 9 Spinfoil hats.
Yay.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things again where even in just kind of bringing all this together, it was just a case of me just kind of tumbling down the rabbit hole and having this thought and realizing, oh, this piece fits in very nicely with what we know so far, and just kind of putting it all together, and here we are. So, obviously, it's one of these things where if this all does actually come to pass, then you heard it here first. But until then, it's just... And if it doesn't happen, it's just a really nice little theory.
I dig it. Oh, man. Yeah. And I can't. I've been so excited. February 22nd cannot get here soon enough. I am so ready to play. I've been trying to fill the void with other games, which is fun, but it's not the same. Not the same.
No, it certainly is not.
Actually, guys, let me take a second here. Fans and listeners, we're approaching our 100th episode, which is it's kind of amazing. I didn't when we started this out, I didn't know if we would even make it that far. So thank you to everyone who's been with us and everyone who's joined along the way. But we got some special stuff coming along with that. So watch out this week. We're going to be setting up a speak pipe. And if you would like to drop a message to the show and maybe talk about some of your favorite theories and or moments, we'll set that up, and we'd love to hear from you. Put it together in a little montage for the episode. And also, you fans, turns out I'm an idiot, and I ordered 2 copies of the most recent Destiny Grimoire book. So we have a factory sealed, still has the code, everything, like plastic on it, Grimoire book number 4 that we will be giving away as part of the celebration. So, thanks to everyone. We'll have some details on how to put your name in the hat for the lore book here coming probably this week. And yeah, thanks again. We're looking forward to many more here. Yeah, so that's our little show announcement. All right, guys. Rindel, do you have? Thank you so much for joining us. This was an awesome theory. We'll have to have you back. And you complete our collection. We've had every host, all of the current hosts of Guardians of Lore on the show now.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Completion get.
Yes.
Thank you. If you guys haven't, as we said in the beginning of the show, if you guys haven't checked out Rindel and the awesome work that he does on Destiny Lore Audiophile and over at the Guardians of Lore podcast, please go check him out. Sir, do you have any shout outs as we close out here?
As we close out, I am going to go ahead and shout out both Orchid and Elemist over at Guardians of Lore, just for the fact that working with them has just been absolutely phenomenal, and just the rest of the team that is over that provides all the wonderful voice work that we have over within Destiny Lore Audiophile generally. Like, they are all just immensely talented, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. And it's just an absolute delight to be working with every single one of them.
So, Lucy, do you have any shout outs this week?
Oh man, shout outs. I hate doing shoutouts. I'm so bad at them. Shoutouts to all my friends for being awesome and helping me through this kind of rough time. Because I came home on Saturday to a pipe burst in my house. Water damage everywhere. Then I got a medical bill. And then I got this, and. Oh, and then partway through the week, our heating died because water got into the furnace? Heater? I don't know what it's called. The thing in the basement that gives us heat. Brain empty. So we didn't have heat for a couple days. We didn't have water for a couple days. The insurance people are coming next week to come and look at and assess damages, so... It's just been a lot, and I'm glad my friends have been there to help me through everything. It's been a lot.
Awesome. My shout-outs this week, there's just a lot going on, a lot of people being tense, a lot of tensions in the world, especially centered around, just a lot. There's a lot going on right now. Just life in general. So my shout out is going to be to you, the listener. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for escaping with us. And I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're staying hydrated. Please be temperate. Like whatever the temperate, be temperate. Don't want you to be too hot or too cold. That's not good. And we appreciate you. So thanks. With that, guys, we'll see you next week. We have some cool stuff coming up as we approach episode 100. And thank you again. Bye-bye.
Toodles.
Take care.
Hats off, Guardians. That's it for this week's discussion. Have any questions or comments about this episode? You can reach out to us on Twitter @SpinfoilTheory or write us an email at spinfoiltheory@gmail.com. If you'd like to read our show notes, check out articles, listen to past episodes, and more, be sure to pay us a visit over at our website, spinfoiltheory.com.
The Lore Network.